Deep Thrones family, Sheedy here. Just wanted to do a quick map time to show everyone where things currently stand in House of the Dragon. I'm going to be focusing just sort of on territories and castles that are currently controlled by which faction. Obviously, Greens versus Blacks, Alicent, Aegon, Aemon, and Ormond versus Rhaenyra and Daemon. And Corlys, you can argue Alicent's not Team Greens. You can argue Corlys is currently maybe a little frayed with Rhaenyra because she refused to legitimize his bastards. But I'm zoomed in on Central Westeros because we don't need to get into the North. We know is loyal to Rhaenyra. The Eyrie over here is also loyal to Rhaenyra. They haven't sent any swords or anything yet, so that's why Daemon in episode 4 it looks like is going to go talk to him. But this will not be an evergreen map time. This will be very specific to where we currently stand. I'm going to try to make it pretty succinct so that we can kind of get to it. So obviously Rhaenyra has Dragonstone, which is right here. She also has, Corlys' Island with High Tide and Driftmark right there, although obviously High Tide got sacked. Corlys, we won, the Blacks won the Battle of the Gullets, so we're to believe that obviously they still control that territory. The Gullet is this waterway right here where those castles reside that lead eventually to King's Landing, which we saw Rhaenyra take last episode. So this is sort of where Rhaenyra's main force lies between Dragonstone and King's Landing. Obviously, she has loyalty from, it's off the screen here, but the north is sort of up here. She has loyalty from them. Obviously, she has loyalty from the Riverlands, which is sort of this area as well. And the Red Fork is where that battle took place. They kind of mashed them together from the books, the Red Fork and the Fish Feed. That's where Daemon's army is, the Winter Wolves and the Riverlords. That's where they were singing, fish feed, fish feed. They are right here in this area where it said Red Fork, and I literally just accidentally crossed over it, but it says Red Fork, trust me. So this is sort of where her main host lies. Again, her main host is between Dragonstone and High Tide over here, King's Landing, and then that little army right there. Again, the North is gathering some 20,000 swords for her, but those won't be ready till, next season, pretty far into the war. Now, where do things stand with the Greens? Obviously, Alicent is at King's Landing, but I'm not going to circle it because she has no control. Her and Helena are essentially prisoners there. Aegon is probably somewhere around here because Larys mentions after they get set free in episode, I think, 2, let's go to Duskendale. This here is Duskendale. But Aegon says, we're not going to go to Duskendale. I don't want to get to a port city to go hide in Essos. I want to go to Rook's Rest, which is right here. This is Rook's Rest. This is where that famous battle happened last season where Rhaenys and Meleys died. Where Aegon and Sunfire he believes Sunfire was killed. Aegon was maimed when Aemond came with Vhagar and burned them. And Cole currently has a garrison there, but Cole is not there. Cole, he sees Vhagar while they're traveling. Cole and his army are probably somewhere right here. And he says to Harrenhal, because Aemond is at Harrenhal. And they want to go where the dragon is because they want some aerial protection because they're afraid they're going to be slim pickings for Daemon and the dragon seeds. So Cole in episode 4 will be heading that direction toward Harrenhal, where Aemon currently is. Looks like they'll be getting some pushback from Alice Rivers. I guess that remains to be seen. But just to give you an idea of where things are. In the grand scheme of Westeros, it's a map. Westeros is a large country. The Green host here at Harrenhal with Cole meeting up with Aemon is not far at all from the Winter Wolves and the Riverlords right here. So that could lead to a potential skirmish. We got Aegon going here to Rook's Rest. Dragonstone's there. King's Landing's there. He's kind of in a weird spot between, Rhaenyra loyalists. And then right here, this little castle here is Tumbleton. It's not really a castle. It's more of like a town, right? Whereas Harrenhal is kind of a true-to-form castle. Tumbleton's more of a town. Ormond took this at the end of episode 3, kind of daring Rhaenyra to attack, because Tumbleton has stayed loyal to Rhaenyra throughout the course of this war, and he now is inside of Tumbleton with his whole host, his dragon, not his dragon, but Daeron's dragon, who is his essentially his squire, I guess, and he's daring Rhaenyra to attack because so many innocent lives that are loyal to Rhaenyra would perish in that attack, and look how close they are to King's Landing. And Green support, of course, is like Westerlands, the Reach, and the Stormlands. So this is the Greens are sort of the southwestern part of the map. Rhaenyra and the Blacks sort of own the northern part of the map, and then a lot of different loyalties within the middle where the main skirmish is sort of taking place. But this is where things currently stand. You see all of these armies are sort of combining their strength which will eventually lead to even larger skirmishes because they're going to be close to each other, and something's got to give, and I'm excited to see what that something is in the next few episodes. Episode 4 comes out this Sunday, depending on when you're watching this. Who knows? You could be watching this in a few weeks, and we'll already know how the season ends. But this is where things stand in House of the Dragon as of Episode 3. Thank you so much for watching another one of the Deep Thrones podcast. It's Map Times, and we look forward to having you guys listen to our podcast coverage of this Sunday's episode and every episode after that. Thanks a lot for listening.
Check out the hand, switch, shoes on swoosh, hitters don't miss. Aria just added a ton of y'all to my list. Bitch, death wish, not to be messed with, tested quiz. They shooting shots.